Are your blind spots holding you back, or are you seeing everything you need to see with lean systems? In this video, I want to talk to you about the importance of seeing and give you tips and actually draw on the flip chart behind me some environments that will hopefully bring this concept home. I learned this from Paul Akers. The concept is total participation through visual systems, and I absolutely love it. So if you want some tips on how to be lean and see what you need to see, then stay with us on this video. So I've said this before, that lean may not just be about seeing, but all lean systems are seeing systems. Whether you talk about A3s or going to the Gemba or creating a production plan or pull planning, whatever we're talking about, lean in construction is about seeing. Can we see the flow? Can we see if we were winning or not? Can we see the improvements we need to make? And there's another framework that I really like called IDS. I got this from the EOS with Gino Wickman. That's a business operating system, and it's in the book Traction. So IDS is all about identify, discuss, and solve. Basically, computers, planning systems, processes, tools should allow us to identify, discuss, and solve, meaning allow humans to IDS. So AI, computers, tech, systems do what they do best so that humans can do what we do best, discuss and solve. So let's talk about a couple of seeing systems that are really important for your project. So I'm going to represent this with your home office. So this would be your corporate office. This is going to be your job site trailer. This is going to be your worker huddle board. Okay, and then this is going to be your actual project that you're building. This is just in black and white here, but let me explain this. When you're in pre-construction and you are attempting to, before you go out and put a shovel in the ground and start, before you have your notice to proceed, if you really want to design a lean project, then you'll do what we often talk about in the book, Elevating Pre-Construction Planning. You'll have your TAC plan, your zone maps, you'll have your logistics plan, your risk and opportunity register. I don't need to go through all of these things, but you'll have these deliverables, because the idea is that there are planners when they're in the office that are looking at a whiteboard or a computer screen or the deliverables, or they're building it out of foam and foam core and popsicle sticks for all I care. They're literally taking the drawings and they're making a plan that you can see, okay? And this is the key. Somebody would say, well, the actual project or the product isn't built yet. How can we see it? Well, you're seeing it on paper. And so in pre-construction, before we ever go out into the field, can you implement a lean visual seeing system by making sure that the production plan is on paper, your zones are on paper, your logistics are on paper, your trailer design is on paper, your procurement, everything is on paper before you ever start the project. That is one way from a lean perspective that you can see what you need to see. And according to the book, How Big Things Get Done, statistically, this is one of the main differentiators. Okay, let's say that you're out on the project site, you're jamming out, and you want to plan your work. Well, you can't easily get all of your foremen to see every aspect of the project all at once. So when you're in your job site trailer, we have what's called the TACT steering and control actual boards. And we'll link you to the Canva files in case you want to implement these and some other videos. But the bottom line is you will see your overall production plan on these boards, your zone maps, and you will see the logistics maps. And the idea here is that when the foremen are gathering with you in the trailer, let's say this is you and you've got a number of foremen around the table and you're attempting to plan this project, and you are looking at the actual plan, you're looking at the zones and how they're shaping up, and you're looking at the logistics. Can you and the team visually start to identify roadblocks mark them with a red X on dry erase or on a red magnet, and start to discuss and solve them systematically one by one. This is a lean system because you're able to see what cannot yet be seen because of the complexity of having to walk around the project. So I would submit to you that your meetings inside the trailers, if you have the right visuals, allow you to see what you need to see as a part of the lean system. Now, let's say that with these boards, you have done your team meeting, your strategic planning, your look-ahead planning, weekly work planning, and your day planning. How can the workers see? Well, oh my gosh, this is such a good video. If you like this, please like and subscribe to the channel. How will your workers see? So if you're the superintendent and you've got a whole bunch of workers in the worker huddle and they need access to the information, can you have a visual huddle board that you're talking to, or an actual day plan with visuals on it that every worker can access with their phone from a QR code? So how can we get everybody? Remember, Paul Akers taught me this, total participation. How can everybody see the plan for the day? It's one thing to make an overall strategic plan. It's another thing to make short interval plans, but it's quite something else. It's quite different to make sure that every single worker sees what they need to see at the place of work before the start of the day. And so how powerful would that be if you had a morning worker huddle every morning to create a social group, to provide feedback, to get praises, do shout outs for the workers, and communicate the plan for the day visually so everybody knows what's happening. Everybody knows there's a crane on the south. Everybody knows what the weather is. Everybody knows exactly like what the work hours are. Everybody knows where the laydown is. Everybody knows where the restrooms are being moved to. Like, everybody knows the plan. Oh, here's another quote that I want to give you. See as a group, know as a group, act as a group. My favorite saying, I got that from Lean Core. See as a group, know as a group, act as a group. So the pre-con team was able to see as a group, know as a group, act as a group. Now you and your trade partners are able to see as a group, know as a group, act as a group. Now you with the workers are able to see as a group, know as a group, and act as a group. Now, here's the last thing that I want to talk about from a visual environment as a part of my sketch. When the crews, not everybody, but when the crew comes over here and does their work, they're going to be working in one zone, right? I highly recommend having a crew board. By the way, we'll link you to that in the description below as well, where you have your look ahead, your weekly work plan, your crew comp, your zone maps, and your logistics plan. So just that crew can huddle around and see their work for the day and plan their best path through it. Now the crew can see as a group, know as a group, and act as a group. And I don't want to make this too complex, but I even know of job sites that on every floor have a visual floorboard or area board that talks about valve locations, benchmarks, or anything that's specific for laydowns for that specific area. So seeing. Here's the question. Is the system working? The answer is yes, if everyone can see as a group, know as a group, and act as a group. So let me just do one more quick little test. Let's try and find a lean thing that isn't a seeing system. Like I said, pull plans. Nope, that's a seeing system. Attack plan, shown on one page. Nope, that's a seeing system, right? The last planner system with the look aheads. Oh, that's a seeing system. Going to the place of work. Yep, that's a seeing system. KPIs, that allows you to see. That's a seeing system. That is definitely a lean system. I cannot think of a single lean concept. Value stream mapping, choosing by advantages, A3 thinking, any of these things. I cannot find one that isn't a seeing system. So if you have something that's hard to see, if you have a detailed manual with hundreds or thousands of pages, if you have a 76-page schedule that people can't read, if you have hidden information, if you have the plan in the superintendent's head, it is not lean. And that means that you have a blind spot. So every single location with your meeting system and your visuals, ask, can I make this a visual system and gain total participation, not just for the pre-con team or the foreman, but for everybody on site? That's when you're going to drive real progress. So what I'm going to do is give this to you in a visual, distill this down as a blog post, and I'm going to link you to another really cool video on the channel about how you can see your production plan on one page. It's actually a video from the field. I think you're going to love it. So if you've liked this, please like the video, please subscribe to the channel. But yeah, I hope you enjoy this and you're able to implement it. This is, oh, by the way, real quick, before I go, This is the hardest thing you'll ever do. That's why the visuals for pre-con, we've templated them for you. The tact steering and control boards, we've templated them. The huddle boards, the crew boards, it's all templated. But if you can get the meetings and the visuals, you're home free, because that is the most crucial part, is can everyone see? On we go.